Hey, welcome to another a classic hip hop album review. On this video, I'm gonna review the classic rap album by the late great Big L called "Lifestylez of the Poor and Dangerous." This album hit the stores around March 28th, 1995. It was released under Columbia Records, and unfortunately, it was a hip hop classic. It it had a lot of this album was this album is up there with Illmatic and The Chronic, but unfortunately for Big L, this will be the only album released during his lifetime because he was shot and killed around I think around early '99 at the age of 24. With this album, unfortunately for a lot of people, including me, we didn't know who Big L was until he was killed. And 'cause this album hit '95, and it had a hold up. It had damn hold up, damn motherfucker, shit. It got a whole lot of fanfare, especially with songs like "Put It On" and "No Ends, No Skins." You could tell it's the sign of the times, and the era of how things are produced and put together, and crafted, because this was a pure '90s album. Of course, if 1995, 95, that's the mid '90s. You was engulfed in the ways in the era, the mannerisms, the culture, and the mentality of that wonderful decade. And Big L with his unique, untouchable lyricism and wordplay, it completely showed completely showed that he was in a class of his own. Of course, you had some of the during the '90s, you had some heavy hitters like Biggie or LL Cool J, but then you had somebody like Big L, one of our biggest unsung heroes, who was making who was making his own lane. And with this album, with this album with songs like "Put It On" and "MVP" and "No Ends, No Skins," it showed that he was in a class of his own. And with songs like "Put It On," I think that was like his only single to come out of this album. That was his only single to come out of this album, but it was fucking killer. And you said, "You better flee hops or get your head flown 3 blocks." L keeps rappers' hearts pumping like Reebok. Man, that right there, just set him in on his own path. When he came out the gate rapping like that, he said, "A smooth kid that'll run up in your baby mother." He said, it had this one lyric he was talking about, "I drink my whiskey." Hold on. He said, "You can't kill me. I was born dead." When he when he came out the gate with tracks with a track like that, backed by Kid Capri, and with songs like "All Black" or "MVP" or "No Ends, No Skins," "No Ends, No Skins," he was talking about women these days. He was talking about gold diggers who just want your money. And this wasn't the '70s anymore, when chicks would have sex with you out of love. Now he said now chicks don't care about love. They just want your money. So that's what "No Ends, No Skins" was about. And with tracks like "All Black," that was one of his darker songs. He said it got that dark beat to it, that dark groove. And then I think one of the lyrics, he said "You might be kind of big, but they make coffins your size too." Man, that was a sick lyric right there. You might be kind of big, but they make coffins your size too. Who comes up with stuff like that? And then he told me he did, "Fuck around, I'll introduce you to your ancestors." With some man. And "Lifestylez of the Poor and Dangerous" was produced by mainly members of his group, the Diggin' and the Craze Crew, Buck Wild and Lord Finesse. Lord Finesse, who produced most of the album, and Kid Capri, and then like it also featured a camera, the rapper Cameron on Eight Is Enough, and Jay-Z on The Graveyard. And some of y'all youngsters, y'all be like, man, how did he get Jay-Z on his album? Well, you got to realize this is 1994. In 1994, 95, in 94, Jay-Z wasn't big like he is now. Even though he came out 6 years prior with Hawaiian Sophie, but like he wasn't huge like he is now. Because back in those days, everybody was on everybody's album. Now people are so egotistical, like it's become overly saturated. It's just a complete and total debacle. But like but like when I hear Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, it takes me back to the days of cassette tapes of you walking with your CD player or your Walkman, just bumping this, killing, just draining your AA batteries. Man, I miss those days. Like that's the only thing I miss about the 90s, the music and the TV. But I digress. With this album, he hold up. But like when it comes to this album, another thing. When it comes to this album, like of course it had his controversial, like he had some, Big L has some dark lyrics to his stuff, like was on his albums, especially like with songs like the song Danger Zone, that had a dark overtone. All Black, Danger Zone, he was talking about he rode with Satan, yeah, he not Jesus Christ and all that. Like you get like you got a hit of a paganism or atheism, or when it comes to the two. I don't know what Big L's religious affiliation was back then, but then a lot of his stuff was dark, like it was leading on to the occult. I guess that's what led to his early death. Like I guess that's one of the things that led to his early death, unfortunately for him. Well, his dark overtone. Like with some people are put in that life. Some people who choose to dwell in darkness, it eventually consumes them, and that's what happened to him, unfortunately. But like I wish they came, like, even though this album had 12 tracks, I wish they put some of the other tracks on her. Tracks that didn't make the cut, because there were songs like Devil's Son, Clinic, I Should Have Used a Rubber. That's featured on the Japanese version. School Days, Times Is Hard, and The Unexpected Flavor. I wish those tracks are on there. I guarantee you that probably would have made this a killer album. But this right here is a certified a hip hop classic. This is a certified hip hop classic, and without a doubt. Okay, and it's unfortunate that this is like the only album to come out during his lifetime, his short life, because he was only 24 when he died. Because had he lived, he would have had more albums coming out by the ton. But unfortunately, it wasn't like it didn't work that way. Like this is what I give this, a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10. From a scale of 1 to 20, I give it a 20. Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous is a hip hop classic.